Several hundred people gathered in the Croatian capital on Thursday to commemorate the victims of the terrorist attack on the French satirical weekly Charlie Hebdo that killed 12 people in Paris on Wednesday. Tens of people gathered first in French Republic Square, and later several hundred marched from the main square to the French embassy in support of free speech. They lit candles and placed flowers and messages of support. Among them were many fellow journalists. "We've come here to express our solidarity with our French colleagues," says Željko Peratović of the Center for Civil Courage. Nejad Haznadar said he lost a dozen of his colleagues. The attack has caused irreparable damage to the Islamic community in France and beyond, he added. The leader of the Croatian Democratic Union, Tomislav Karamarko, has visited the French embassy in Zagreb to sign the Book of Condolences in the wake of the terrorist attack in Paris. He expressed his deepest sympathies and solidarity with the French people. He said terrorism was a global problem that required global solutions. INA has confirmed that its refinery in Sisak will continue to process domestic crude oil until January 14th or until supplies run out. The company emphasized that no decision on closing the Sisak refinery for good has been made, but that production would continue at the facility depending on market conditions and the external environment. The plant's unions, which are trying to prevent the facility's closure, say this wind down in production could actually be the end. Hungary's MOL, which controls INA, is looking to shutter the plant, arguing that it generates losses for INA. The Čakovec textile plant, Čatex, has survived 3 of the most difficult years in its 140-year-long history, and finally things appear to be looking up. The company is projecting a 15% increase in revenue this year. Čatex is planning to ship 60% of its output to foreign markets, mostly Germany and France. The company's decorative and special antibacterial fabrics used by healthcare facilities have proven very popular in Europe. In sports, Ivo Karlovic took the tennis world by surprise on Thursday when he beat world number 1 Novak Djokovic in the quarterfinals in Doha. The Croatian takes on Spaniard David Ferrer in the semifinals. Ferrer was the victor in 3 of their 4 previous matches. Meanwhile, also in Doha, Ivan Dodig was eliminated by Andrea Seppi of Italy 7-5, 6-4. The World Handball Championships in Qatar are only 6 days away. Croatia's team is in their final phase of preparations for the tournament. Coach Slavko Goluž's team have 2 friendlies with Serbia this week. The first takes place tonight at 6 in Umag, followed by another match at the same time in Rijeka on Saturday. HTV2 has live coverage of Saturday's game. Today's forecast calls for moderate to heavy clouds with rain in places, mostly along the coast and in Lika and Dalmatia. Light to moderate east-southeasterly winds on the Adriatic, a southwesterly wind in the north. The day's highs along the coast and adjacent to it will range from 8 to 13 degrees Celsius and from 4 to 9 degrees elsewhere. Scattered rain is expected on Saturday, mostly in Slavonia and Baranja. Temperatures will edge up slightly with rising southwesterly and westerly winds. More clouds are expected on Sunday with rain and a chance of snow by evening, especially in Lika and Gorski Kotar. However, the beginning of next week will bring dry and sunnier weather. On the coast, expect a bit more sunshine on Saturday than today. There will be a southeasterly wind picking up speed on Sunday. It will be accompanied by clouds and evening rain. Winds will turn to a northeasterly direction late Sunday, starting in the north and spreading down the coast. Gale force gusts are expected in places on Sunday, but the winds will begin to fall on Monday.